this team is extremely scary because Luka Doncic was going for blocks. Luka's back, baby. It's Luka magic. He is back. The face. By the way, guys, as a father, I would have done exactly what LeBron did. Like, what the fuck? Why is he going to take time out of his schedule to come talk to you about this? Don't trust the Warriors. I'm sorry. I don't think the Warriors are beating the Nuggets. Welcome back to my channel, everybody. If you know me, you know who I am. If you don't know me, I'm a React content creator. I like to react to everything that's basketball, whether that be basketball content creators, whether that be basketball in general, the modern NBA, and giving my own basketball insight. I also like to react to drama, TikTok, brain rot, nonsense. So if brain rot's the type of stuff you like, or basketball is the type of stuff you like, I'm the guy for you. With all that being said, today, you know what we talk about. You know what we talking about. We know what we talk about. Lakers, baby! Pulling it out, flopping it on the table. Flopping it on the table because of who? And Luka played great as well. But Ramon James stepping up to the line, going 4 for 4 in overtime. But I thought he wasn't clutch. I thought he couldn't hit it. I thought he couldn't hit free throws when it mattered most. But you know what he did? He just went up there and went and won the game. Okay, with all that being said, let's talk about this game. So, I'm going to be honest with you guys. The Lakers, in my opinion, just didn't play the best they could play. They didn't. They could have played a lot better. I believe they came out flat-footed. First quarter, they played well, right? But when in the second quarter, when Tom Thibodeau made adjustments, they couldn't adjust. They couldn't adjust to the adjustments. It felt like they were still trying to run the same plays. They were still trying to run the same screen action plays that they've been doing, that's been working for them, and it wasn't working, and they still tried to do it, and they were turning the ball over a lot. The amount of turnovers that they had was crazy. It was silly turnovers and unnecessary ones too. All right, the game got kind of out of their hands, but they still were able to keep it close. Jalen Brunson, fucking monster, fucking beast. I believe he's the most clutch player when it comes to clutch time minutes. The Knicks and the Lakers are 2 and 3 when it comes to the most clutch team in clutch time minutes. So this was bound to be a great game because I felt like the Knicks needed this win because of the narrative of they can't beat good teams. And the Lakers, as far as they already beat the Wolves, they already beat the Nuggets, they already beat the Clippers. I was going to be honest with y'all. I thought this might have been their first loss. I didn't see them going on a 21-0 run to the end of the season. They're bound to lose a game. But I thought this game would be it. Because, I mean, it was one of those, like, mental things, like, we know we're good. And going out there, and they may have played flat-footed, which they did, but they were able to pull it out in the end. LeBron hit a 3, I believe. Where is it? LeBron hit a 3 towards the end of the fourth that helped push them into overtime. Are you giving me just an overtime? I hate these play-by-plays. No, that's the first quarter. Fourth quarter. Okay, let's go down and tell you how this overtime shit did. So, Gabe Vincent, first of all. Gabe boy. Gaby boy. Gaby baby boy. You showed up. You showed up. I talked about in the video before. You've been pissing me off because you get wide open fucking looks. Gabe, you get looks that are so wide. Wider than... I'm going to be careful. But they're wide, right? And you just fucking let the shit... That's it. And you piss me off. But you know what you did, Gaby boy. You know what you did. You played well. You played well, okay? This was LeBron's 21-foot three-pointer. He hit that. And then, this is what really helped. Gabe Vincent's three-pointer. Wide open. Because LeBron was driving to the basket. He had 3 Knicks on him. threw it out to Gabe. Gabe went flush, flush. Go ahead, play it. Flush. Jalen Brunson just kept them in it the whole time. No, I'm pretty sure Jalen Brunson, if I'm not mistaken, had most of the points for the Knicks in the fourth. No, let's see. Jalen Brunson free throws. He made an and one, and then his ankle kind of went out. And again, we're hoping that he's okay. I'll talk about that in a little bit. But as far as like the Lakers playing, right? I think they're a good ass team. I really do. I think they're a good team. I think when it comes to the Lakers, I think my biggest like worry about them was them being able to close out games. Them being able to keep cool, calm, and collected. And they were able to do so, right? This game seemed out of hand, right? This seemed like a game that they should have lost. The Knicks were going hot. Jalen Brunson was insane. It felt like there was no stopping him. And then in the fourth quarter, when Jalen Brunson is fucking lights out, they held the Knicks to 15 points. 15 points. Took it to overtime and won. So I will say, give the Lakers props where props are due, but also give the Knicks props, okay? Give Brunson some props because he played his ass off, okay? He went to the free throw line after he rolled his ankle and it looked like he was hurting like a motherfucker and shot both his free throws. So I respect Jalen Brunson. I respect the competitiveness. I respect him going out there and being like, fuck it, I'm going to put the team on my back. We're winning this game. Couldn't pull it out in the end. But man, it was a fun-ass game. And of course, you guys know I'm missing a player. I talked about Gabe Vincent. I talked about LeBron James. Even Jackson Hayes. Jackson Hayes had some good moments in there too. Jackson Hayes had a couple good blocks. But there's one guy I haven't brought up yet. One man. And y'all know who I'm talking about. It's Baby Goat. Baby Goat. Baby Goat. Luka Doncic is the baby goat out there getting shit done. You know what it is. That's right. Luka Magic. 43 minutes. 32 points. 12 assists. 4 steals. Let me tell you something. Luka was going for blocks. Let me tell you guys something. This team is extremely scary because Luka Doncic was going for blocks. Blocks. He didn't get them, but he was. He was picking pockets. He's playing defense. This was one of the worries that people had, right? Defense. What's he going to play? Defense. And he's playing defense. He's playing good defense. And if you look at Luka right now, it looks like he's in better shape. In the last 3 weeks, it looks like he's in better shape. Okay? Better shape than me. Well, that was a given, even when people did call him fat. But jokes aside, he looks like he's been losing a lot of weight. He looks like he's been putting on some muscle, too. He wants to win. He wants to win. And you can see that because, yeah, Luka did go on a 5-0 start in overtime. Talking shit to Cat. Big purr, getting in his face, hitting a 3, walking away, talking that shit. Love it. I love the confidence. I love that Luka he's back, baby. Luka's back, baby. It's Luka Magic. He's back. And I love it. Austin Reeves, he did not play good. He did not play good, but he did play good enough towards the end of the fourth, obviously to help push that overtime. LeBron, it's GOAT. It's GOAT. We know. 31, 8 assists, 12 rebounds. His rebounds have gone up. Ever since he's turned 40, he's been putting up MVP-esque numbers. I do think he's going to get a couple MVP votes. I don't think he's going to win shit. Don't worry. That's going to SGA. But I do think he's going to get a couple votes. Like I said with you guys, Jackson Hayes, he just had a very, very good game. Had a couple couple important blocks. So mad respect to Jackson Hayes. And this team is just, they're just forming well. Now, I'd really need them to get Jared Vanderbilt, by the way. Love him. Love him. I understand he was frustrated because he was getting, his assignment was Jalen Brunson. And Brunson was just kind of taking advantage of him. You know, he got a few fouls early on Vanderbilt, but Vanderbilt still loved his energy, still loved that he stayed on him. But other than that, Lakers are good. Rui Hachimura, I really hope he comes back soon. Is there any update as far as that? Let's go ahead and just look that up as far as like Rui's timetable, because they need him. They really do. They need Rui. When is Rui? They're not saying shit. What is this? This is a Laker fan account? I don't care about that. Can I get, like, information? Is there a news article? Basketball news? I don't. Okay. I'm not seeing any. You know what? We'll do basket news, I guess. Let's see. I don't really like going on non-confirmed sources, but whatever. Is there any news on Rui coming back? On a podcast? I don't care about a podcast. Okay. Hachimura is to be reassessed on Friday, so I think that could take some more time and probably bleed into next week. I would assume at this point he's going to miss the game against Boston on Saturday. I didn't think he was going to come back on Saturday, but I'm hoping that he's just going to come back soon. You know? Like I said, there's only 20 games left in the season, and the last thing they want to do, right, is to have Rui Hachimura be out a shit ton of time and then come back damn near when the playoffs start and shit's kind of out of whack chemistry-wise. Because they're already playing well, and Luka said it again, chemistry. And they're playing great. But when it comes to their chemistry, they need to play together. But nonetheless, Rui will come back. Goodwin will come back. He is very good off the bench. Reeves, I'm going to give him a little bit of a pass because he is coming back off of injury. But man, this was a good game for the Lakers. This was a good win for the Lakers. Because the one thing it showed me when you're not playing good, your offense isn't clicking. You guys seem frustrated. They did seem frustrated. Luka seemed frustrated. LeBron seemed frustrated. Not necessarily with each other, just more frustrated that shit's not going down. More frustrated because they weren't getting calls. And the refs, to be fair on the refs' part, they were letting them play for the most part. It was aggressive on both ends. They were letting them play. Usually around this time of the year, the refs usually do that. So it was a fun game, and I know it could be frustrating, especially if you feel like you need some calls, but when you feel like the game ain't going your way, can you pull the game out? Can you win? And they did. They pulled it out. Can you lock down on defense? They did. And they pulled it out. And man, was Charles angry. Let me tell you something. Charles Barkley was salty as fuck. He was so salty. He was ready to talk so much shit on the Lakers at halftime and say, Lakers lost at halftime. He's like, I'm ready for that headline. And then as soon as the game was over, I made sure to stay up. Even though I had to wake up early. I made sure to stay up because I'm like, nah, I need to see this. And I see homeboy just mad. Mad. But nonetheless, Josh Hart, we're going to talk about you, buddy. You should not have pointed at the Lakers bench and pointed at JJ. You think JJ is Darvin Ham? JJ is not Darvin Ham, okay? He's not going to salute you after you hit a shot if you're on the opposite team. He's just going to come over there and show you what's up. That's what's going to happen. So, let's talk about the Knicks. OG Anunoby, he played great. I know that the plus minus may not say as much, but he did play good. He kept the lead to where it was at. It was him and Brunson back and forth. He kept the lead to where it was at. He played good. I liked the contribution that he gave, especially when it came to defense. The Knicks had some very good defensive stands. There was a defensive stand where the Lakers came and they got 3 possessions, right? 3 shots at the ball, 3 or 4. I believe it was 3. And they just could not get a clean look. Shot clock violation on Luka, and they turned the ball over. The Knicks were playing hard. That is for sure. They were playing hard. Tom Thibodeau was making sure they played hard. And mad respect to the Knicks, because they were out there and they were balling. So I want to give respect where respect is due. Jalen Brunson played his fucking ass off. Karl Anthony Towns, though, he just couldn't hit. Man, he couldn't hit shit. He couldn't hit a pebble in the ocean, dog. It was bad. It was bad. He had some good... He was good cleaning the glass. He had some good moments. But as far as, like, him actually getting to the rack, he couldn't get there. He couldn't do shit. Yes, did I see Bron and Stephen A. Smith after the game? I did. And like I said, I'm recording this live, by the way. So come join my live sometime, guys. But anyway, I'm going to talk about that at the end of this video. Because I'm not sure if it's going to be flagged. I want to see what Stephen A. has to say. I'm not sure if it's going to be flagged or not. If it is, then obviously I'm going to cut it out this video. If it's not, then I'm going to let it play through. But nonetheless, if y'all see this in this video I'm recording here, bet. If you don't, well, that's why you got to join the live. But other than that, mad respect to the Knicks. I think they're doing good. I think they're playing well. I understand the narratives. They can't beat good teams. They can't beat good teams. And it's like, well, they're still 40-22. They're still one of the best clutch teams when it comes to clutch time minutes. Okay, I believe they're second. The Lakers are third. All right. They're still 40. I just said 40-22. They're still 19-11 on the road. They're playing well. All right. They're playing well. And I believe they're the 3rd seed, if I'm not mistaken. They're the 3rd seed. They're playing good. We can go ahead and check. We can check the standings. I'm pretty sure they're the 3rd seed behind the Celtics and the Cavs. Or wait. Hold on. Why did MLB come up? Because I just said standings. That's why. NBA. Yep. Celtics, Cavs, Knicks. And the Bucks aren't catching up. Pacers aren't catching up. So they're going to keep this 3rd seed. They're playing well. I just don't trust them as far as the playoffs go. And what is one of the things I told you guys with the Knicks? I didn't know if I trusted their defense. And they came out and they had really good defensive stands. They had really, really good moments that were able to slow the Lakers down and damn near put them in position to win, but they just couldn't pull it out at the end. The Lakers were. Jalen Brunson did go down with an injury. If you guys saw the game, he rolled his ankle really bad. And it was hard for him to get up. It was hard to see. You never want a player to go down like that, especially Jalen Brunson. He's been playing his ass off. He's been playing great. And to just see that happen, it's just sad. He's the number 1 player as far as like in the clutch. And it's just sad to see that he might miss tonight's game. He's definitely going to miss tonight's game. And hopefully the Knicks are able to hold it off without him. To be fair, though, I'm probably going to put a parlay on the Knicks losing. No offense to the Knicks and the Knicks fans, but that's kind of free money. I think the Clippers are going to pull it out, especially if you don't have Brunson. And you're playing a back-to-back, so yeah. But nonetheless, mad respect to the Knicks. Mad respect to Tom Thibodeau. He pissed me off as a Bulls fan. He played Derrick Rose way too many minutes. Played him till that motherfucker got injured. But he's learned. At least I hope he's learned. And he's been a good coach for the Knicks so far. And they are a good team. So I want to give respect to where respect is due. So, Josh Hart. Lastly, I want to speak on you, buddy. I talked about Karl Anthony Towns. Talked about how he needed to show up. He didn't really go. OG Anunoby, he did show up. Mikal Bridges, he's just trying to find his way back. You know, he's trying to find his way back into the groove. So I'm not going to hate on him too much. But you, Hart, and Campaign, by the way, hit 1-3 and then just missed the next 5. But Hart, bro, you pointed at the bench. You pointed at the Lakers coach. We have a competent coach as a Laker, guys. JJ's a competent coach. You don't do that. You must have thought Darvin Ham was over there. You don't do that, buddy. Yeah, that was just bad timing. And it was funny because JJ pointed right back at his ass. He remembers. He keeps receipts. I respect it. I respect that the coach is spicy. He wants to make sure that y'all know who he is. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know exactly what it is. When it comes to game time, the Lakers got it. When it comes to defense, the Lakers got it. When it comes to clutch, the Lakers got it. And when it comes to go, we talking go, the Lakers got it. So, mad respect to this team. Mad respect to this game. This was a very fun game to watch. I'm glad I stayed up to watch it. Should have went to bed, but couldn't do it. Had to finish the game out. Had to see Chuck's response. And all around, good shit for the Lakers. And a good game by the Knicks as well. I understand that they lost, but that don't mean they still played well. They still played well. So, with all that being said, we talked about the Lakers and Knicks. We're going to look at the highlights here. But before we do, I want to speak on the Warriors. A lot of conversations going around the Warriors as far as them being able to be title contenders. I don't know if I believe that. And you guys maybe say, oh, you're being kind of biased, you know. The Lakers are 10-2 with Luka, and the Warriors are 9-1 with Jimmy. That's true. But let's look at the teams that the Lakers beat. All right, so they beat the Knicks. Good team. They beat the Clippers twice. Good team. They beat the Timberwolves. Good team. Mavericks before Kyrie went down. I understand that they were dealing with injuries. They're not as good as they could have been, but they were still a decent team. But if you don't want to give them to them, fine. They beat the Nuggets. Good team. And then obviously they lost to the Hornets and the Jazz and beat the Jazz, and this was Luka's first game. So I have a good sample size to look at, a good amount of games to look at and say the Lakers came out, they beat good teams, they showed that even when they're up against a good team, they're able to pull it out at the end, with the Knicks being the second best team in the clutch, and I know they have the best clutch player, but they're the second best team when it comes to the clutch as a whole. That doesn't just happen with one player. So, to be able to pull the game out, mad respect to the Lakers to do that. They're showing me games. But if I look at the Warriors, yes, they beat the Knicks too. I give them that. But they beat the Nets. They beat Charlotte. They lost against the Sixers. They beat Orlando. Charlotte again. Dallas. Sacramento is I'll give that to them. And Houston. And then lost again against Dallas. Like, I look at these games, and it's hard for me to look. It's hard for me to look at the Warriors and feel like they have enough to beat the Lakers. Golden State can beat Denver, but still getting smacked by Lakers. We need Golden State to beat them in round one. I will say that the Denver Nuggets, they have been underwhelming, to say the least. They definitely have been underwhelming, but I'm not going to go as far to say as Golden State can beat Denver. I don't think Golden State has anyone that's going to be able to guard Jokic. I understand they could try that double team shit, but as much as I respect JJ for how he was able to guard Jokic, that's not going to work for every team, and that's definitely not going to work every time. I just don't trust this roster. I don't. I trust Curry. I trust Green. Hield can even be on and off, okay? Butler, I trust him. I don't trust this roster. I don't. I understand there might be Warrior fans that hate on me for this. I don't trust this roster. I could be proven wrong. But if we go to the standings right now, let's go to standings. The Warriors, who would they face first? They'd face the Rockets. Okay. No, it's my bad. It'd be Thunder, Clippers, Lakers, Timberwolves, Grizzlies, Thunder, and Nuggets. So it would be Nuggets. I understand that the Nuggets have not been good with their transition defense. I understand the Nuggets are not really the Nuggets of the last couple of years even. They lost a few good pieces, good role players on the Nuggets team that they probably should have just kept. And I feel like Jokic can only play as good as he is. He peaked. That's as good as Jokic is going to get. And that ain't a bad thing. I'm just saying that Jokic is a 99. He's a 99. Like years, it seems like it went from 97, 98, 99. He's at 99. He can't get higher. In 2K, you can't go higher. He's at 99. That's as high as he can get. He's up there. And it seems like they lost a few good key pieces. So, yeah, I don't think the Nuggets are as scary as they used to be. And I do think the Nuggets are probably not going to the finals. It's either going to be the Thunder, and I can see the Lakers taking that spot as well. But I don't trust the Warriors. I'm sorry. I don't think the Warriors are beating the Nuggets. I don't think the Warriors are beating the Nuggets. I can tell you 3 players other than Murray and Jokic that I trust more than the Warriors' entire fucking lineup. Michael Porter Jr., I trust him more, even though a fast break to him means stop at the top of the key and shoot a 3. Aaron Gordon, I definitely trust his ass more, and his 3-point game has been getting a lot better. Christian Brown, or Braun, I call him Braun because that's how it's fucking spelled. Christian Brown, I trust him more. He's been playing great. And that's not talking about Murray, and that's not talking about Jokic, and that's not talking about Westbrook. I know that he can have his moments on and off in the playoffs, but I even trust Westbrook more in the playoffs than I do this entire fucking roster. I just don't trust it. I do think experience matters, right? And just because you have experienced players doesn't mean the other players are going to show up. The only players I trust is Curry, Butler, and Green on a good day. I don't trust this roster. I don't even trust the games they've been winning. They haven't shown me that they've beaten great teams. They beat the Knicks. I'm giving them that. But god damn, bro. Their schedule. What do they have? Can I see their upcoming schedule? No? You're not going to show me that? That's cool. Let's look at their upcoming schedule real quick. Okay, so their upcoming schedule. They got the Pistons, and the Pistons have been playing well. So that'll be a good game. I will watch that. Can I watch that game? Can I watch that game? I can't watch that game. Well, I'll watch the play-by-play. I will see what happens with this game. This will be interesting to me. But then they face the Blazers, and the Kings are and they face the Knicks again. And if Jalen Brunson doesn't play, okay. And then they face the Nuggets and Bucks. These 2 games, this back-to-back, will show me everything I have to know. If they go 0-2, I'm just going to get on here and gloat. But if they win, if they even split these games and go 1-1, I will respect the Warriors more. It's just right now, I haven't seen enough for me to say they're championship contenders. There's no fucking way. Are they a good playoff team? Yes. Can they pull off a surprise in the playoffs and knock a team off? Yes. Can they get to the finals? Get the fuck out of here. No. Absolutely not. No. I understand we love to bring up Jimmy Butler. I understand we love to bring up the Heat that beat the Celtics and got to the final. I get all that. But my guy, I'm sorry. They're not facing a Celtics team that's on the verge of melting down. They're not facing teams that seem like they should have the edge, like the Bucks. But they just have shit coaching at the end. Giannis running up the floor. Throwing it up to a player who didn't know what to do with the ball and decided to go up for a layup and miss it last second. They're not playing teams like that. They're going to be playing teams like the Lakers that's been competently coached. They're playing teams like the Nuggets that are not only competently coached, that have way more depth. They're playing good teams, teams like the Thunder that just been on a fucking tear this entire season. They're playing good teams. So, no, I will not look at the Warriors and say, yeah, they definitely can get to the finals. Fuck out of here with that. I don't see that happening. But I do think they will be a fun playoff team, and I do think they will make a fan base sad because they're going to send a team home. But if they face the Nuggets first, I guess I'm wrong because I do not see them beating the Nuggets. I don't care. I don't give a fuck if they beat the Nuggets in regular season. I don't give a fuck if they go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 0. I don't see that happening. But I don't give a fuck if that... They're not beating the Nuggets. It's not happening. It's not happening. I'm calling that now. And if I'm wrong, I'll do 50 push-ups on stream. 50. I need to lose weight anyway. But, all right. We talked about the Warriors. We talked about the Lakers. Let's go ahead and look at these highlights. And then we're going to go ahead and look at this video here of Stephen A. Smith responding to his confrontation with LeBron. If you're not sure what we're talking about, just in case you're not able to see it in the video, because I'm live right now and they might flag it and tell me that I can't use it. But just in case, we're going to go ahead and look it up. Probably on YouTube, right? Let's go ahead and look it up real quick. LeBron confronted Stephen A. on the sideline after the Knicks game. Now, people reading his lips are saying LeBron is telling him to keep his son out of the shit, right? And I wouldn't be shocked if that is what's being said. Obviously, we can't hear. We can read lips as much as we want, but it's not 100%. But I probably assume that's probably what's being said. At the end of the day, Stephen A., when it came to him talking about Bronny, I'm not mad at LeBron for doing this. I know, I understand the hater channels. Don't worry. Uncut Hoops, Skippity Pop Hop Hoop, whatever the fuck his name is. I understand that they're going to be making videos on this, calling LeBron soft. I don't give a fuck about all that. I might react to it. I might not. Because at the end of the day, LeBron's being a father here. Point blank period. I don't think I'm being good faith to LeBron. LeBron knows he's going to talk shit on every day. From everyone. All the time. He understands that. And he's probably not even talking about that. He just said keep Bronny out the shit. That's it. If you want to talk shit about me, talk shit about me. You want to talk shit about our team, talk shit about our team. You want to say we're not playing well, say we're not playing well. But don't sit here and make weird segments of, is LeBron being a good father by allowing Bronny to play in the league? Is LeBron really a good dad for allowing Bronny to get this type of scrutinized and criticism? It's like, that's weird. That's not okay. And you wouldn't like people talk about your son that way. So he's just saying, hey, you want to do a segment? Go ahead. You want to say that Bronny should have played better? Go ahead. But Stephen A. literally went on a rant like, oh my God, LeBron, please, for the love of your son, stop this. Keep him in the G League after he had that shit game against the Sixers. That's not okay. You want to say that Bronny played really bad? Do that. You want to say Bronny did not have a good game? Do that. But don't sit there and talk about a man's son and tell him how to parent and tell him what he should do as a dad if he loves his son. Stop this. Stop it. I know you're being a little dramatic for television, a little dramatic for ratings. I get all that. Not the type of shit you should be dramatic about. That's all. But we'll go ahead and see what Stephen A. said. Go ahead and see what Stephen A. Smith has to say to LeBron. Yeah.
I could be a bit more outspoken about it. But to be quite honest with you, to be in that moment, to have LeBron look at me the way that he did, for me to be a father of two daughters, for me to know what fathers, how much love fathers have for their children. And
wait, Lowe got this? Did Lowe repost this video? Did Lowe post this video or repost this video? That's actually funny. Did he talk about this? That's actually hilarious. Hold on. Oh, by the way, here's the highlights that we weren't able to watch. Hold on. Did he... I wonder if he posted this. I don't know, but that shit's funny. Because Lowe is a big Laker fan. Okay, let's finish this.
Hear what he had to say. It was all about his son. It was almost as if he was saying, you know, you and I, because he and I don't necessarily vibe. It's high and by. We keep it moving. Neither of us lose sleep over it. And it's been that way for years. But it was like he was saying, keep that between me and you. Almost as if he was thinking that anything that I said about Bronny was a result of him. And in that situation, again, I wasn't talking about Bronny. I was really, really talking about him because of the position that Bronny was in.
Okay, so he's admitting to that. He's admitting that because of his coverage on Bronny, the reason there is so much coverage on Bronny is mostly focusing on LeBron and trying to really, but he doesn't understand that even though you're trying to say, well, really, I'm focusing on your impact to Bronny and his career. Like, again, you can speak on how a player is playing good or bad. You can speak on how a player should be doing this or should be doing that. Do that. That's your job, whatever. But when you're telling a parent how they should or shouldn't parent, when you're telling a parent what they should or shouldn't do as far as, you know, their son's career, that's disrespectful. And you know that. That's why you didn't say anything. Well, I could have said a lot. You weren't going to say a lot. You even said in the beginning, I have 2 daughters. It's one thing to criticize the man. Criticize the man as much as you want. It's another thing to criticize the child to the man. Criticize the child as much as you want. But when you try to criticize the child by really telling the man what to do with the child or not to do, you just don't cross that line. Even I don't cross that line. And trust me, there's a lot of shit parents out there.
But I really understood where he was coming from. He was very, very upset. I could tell. He could have called me. I'd have came to see him. I'd have had a conversation with him. He could have been just as upset face-to-face, man-to-man, as opposed.
Oh, my God. So now, no. Why does LeBron have to do that? Why? Why does LeBron have to take time out of his day? Okay, have you seen LeBron's schedule? It's fucking insane. I'm surprised he has a happy marriage. I'm not saying he's a bad husband. I'm saying the motherfucker, there's stories of Austin Reeves and teammates alike that said LeBron will have a game at like 8 p.m. and they'll show up to arena at like 4 and he's already there, been working out. Why is he going to take time out of his schedule to come talk to you about this when you're talking it on public platform? Now you want to cry, bully, and say, oh, you did this in a arena where people could see us and recorded it. We could have just done this man-to-man. You were on your show crying, saying, bro, stop this. LeBron, stop this. You got to stop this. Bronny should not be playing in the league. He should be in the G League. You did this on a public platform, but because he came to you after a game, and of course people were going to see it, now you're mad? Oh my God. Maybe don't talk about his son in a derogatory manner by talking about him. Maybe just talk about his son game. Maybe just talk about how bad his son is playing, or how bad LeBron is playing. But don't scrutinize him as a parent and tell him what he should or shouldn't do with his son's career, when his son's already a grown man, but that's still his son. Maybe don't do that on a public platform, and he won't confront you in a public manner. Like, that's so stupid. That's some crybaby shit, for real, though.
Being courtside at the game, I had no idea that everybody saw it until I woke up this morning. But it is what it is. In the end, like I said, you know, I as a father, I get it. I'm not offended. I'm not insulted.
Okay.
I don't have any animosity or animus towards LeBron James for this.
Okay.
Nothing like that. I don't think he cares, but neither do I. I'm just stating fact.
Okay.
None of that exists.
Right.
If I was in his position,
okay,
I can't definitively say I would not have done the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm not blaming him one bit.
Okay.
I get it. I understand.
Then what was that whole fucking soliloquy about complaining about him doing it in a public okay, whatever.
And there's a part of me that aches and hurts because of it. But why
can't you just leave it at that? Why is there a but? Why does there have to be a but? Why is there a but? There doesn't need to be a but. You can just leave it at that. You leave it at that. Okay? What are you about to say? But as like a public figure and a basketball star, that doesn't take away from the first fucking thing you said. Everything you said was good there. Just leave it there. He wants to go back and forth so much. It's so weird. Why did LeBron do this in a public manner? Why didn't LeBron just call me and tell me to come over to his place and we do this face to face? By the way, guys, as a father, I would have done exactly what LeBron did. Like, what the fuck why? This is not a time to be debate. You don't debate a topic like this. Someone confronted you because you were talking shit on their parenting towards their son and disparaging their son's career because of their parenting. That's why they confronted you. Leave it at that. That's it.
Unlike a whole bunch of people with their podcast and beyond that talk about the NBA, I covered the NBA.
Okay.
And it's my job to talk about the subjects and the subject matters that matter. I work for ESPN. I'm here.
Okay. Cop out. Now he's copping out. Bro, all you really have to say is after that, if you really wanted to add a but, you can say at the end of the day, people were talking about this. People were talking about your relationship in the relation to Bronny getting his career as a Laker, getting drafted, if he really deserved to be drafted to the NBA, and that's what people were talking about, and they were saying that you were the catalyst to Bronny's career. So yeah, I talked about that a little bit, I did bring that up, but at the end of the day, for me to go on here after the fact and talk about a 76ers game and say that Bronny played terrible and go on to say, LeBron, please take Bronny out. Why is he playing? He should be in the G League. I probably shouldn't have done that. Okay? To bring up Bronny as many times as I did, I probably shouldn't have done that. I probably just should have kept it on topic, talking about Bronny when everybody else was talking about Bronny, say maybe he shouldn't have been drafted and left it there. That's it. That's it! What are you talking about, bro?
We have the #1 morning show for the last 13 years and counting. God has blessed us with that. There's a lot that's going on, and there's a lot of stories that are there to be told. And I just feel it's necessary to remind people, Molly, I was raised as a journalist. Let's be very, very clear about what that means.
Okay.
I'm not one of those that get into people's private affairs.
I'm not one of those that get into people's private affairs. Didn't he quite literally get... Alright, Stephen A. That's intriguing. Alright.
What you do on a public platform for public consumption, that's what I cover. That's what I do for a living.
He didn't do shit. His son was drafted into the NBA. He didn't do anything. His son got drafted into the NBA. If you think he didn't deserve that pick, whatever. Say that. But that's not what you were doing. Again, I'm not going to rehash what I just said. You know what you did. He went on a whole tirade about this type of shit again, week in and week out. So stop sitting here and crying and saying that I'm a I don't like diving into people's public lives. That's quite literally what you did. Making assumptions, saying what LeBron should or shouldn't do as a parent. Come on now.
And if you're in the NBA, that applies to you.
Right.
I don't want enemies. I live a very good life. I like to make people laugh and smile and have a good time and all of that other stuff. But I also get paid to call it like I see it.
Right.
And what I said at the time, I stand by what I said. It wasn't even any reporting. The facts were out there. And what I was saying about LeBron is fact-based because of what he said and the things that he said.
How is it fact-based? Fact-based. LeBron, get your son out of here. Why is he playing? Look how he played against the Sixers. He should stay in the G League. Fact-based. Okay.
Leading up to his son getting drafted and ultimately being in the NBA on the same team as him, as opposed to being a Boston Celtic or a Golden State Warrior. There is no way around that. And when you are born and raised as a journalist, not born and raised, but when you're raised as a journalist professionally, you don't want enemies, but you ain't paid to make friends. You got to call it like you see it.
This guy's boring me.
And that's what I did. So
this guy's boring me. I'm going to put on another show.
I just want to say
Now
Not
it's
upset.
my time to talk. Check out my podcast every week. Talk
I
to
wish that it wasn't in that kind of atmosphere. I wish it was in a private setting.
Bro, I didn't even think about this part either. Shut up. You do understand that you're quite literally doing the thing that you're complaining that he did. You're addressing this on live television, and before anybody comes in here and be like, listen, though, listen. You say he's addressing it in a public platform. Well, shouldn't he? Shouldn't he? LeBron addressed it on a public platform. No, because he started it. He started on a public platform. He responded in a public manner. I know that everyone saw it. I know that everyone saw it. What he should have done, if he really cares this much about public platform shit, got on his show and said, I know that everybody saw what they saw last night. Out of respect for the conversation with LeBron, I'm going to keep that between us. That's it. I'm going to keep it between us. I'm not going to talk about it. I don't want to talk about this on the show. If you want me to say that to the fans, I will. But that is it. I'm not going to talk about it on the show because that was a conversation that should have been had in private. He wanted to do it in a public manner. It is what it is, but I'm not going to publicly talk about my feelings towards it because that's just not how I feel. Like, you can't have it both ways. You can't say that LeBron shouldn't have done it in a public manner, but also, I want to talk about my feelings on it in a public manner. Like, fuck are you doing?
Yep.
I don't blame LeBron James for being upset.
Oh, so wishy-washy.
I don't blame him for being angry. I don't blame him for wanting to confront me.
Right.
Because that wasn't a superstar basketball player that confronted me. He played like one again last night, which just reminds you of his focus and his greatness.
Yeah.
But that wasn't a basketball player that approached me last night.
Let's get.
Okay. All right. If I had to give this, I don't even know what the fuck this was. An address, an apology. If I had to give this video response a rating, I give it a 3.5 out of 10. I don't even know what to call that. Like, Jesus Christ. Okay. But anyway, if you were able to see this part of the video, bet means I didn't get flagged. But nonetheless, thank you guys for coming. Thank you guys for watching. Love you. See ya. Till next time. Peace out.